Before you reach for your phone, before you reach for your worries, let me reach you. Just for a moment, let there be nothing you have to solve, nothing you have to prove, nothing you have to chase. This moment is not asking for your performance, it is asking for your presence. Some mornings, you don't wake up into the day wakes up into you. You open your eyes, and it is already there. The list, the pressure, the unanswered messages, the responsibility, and maybe you don't even notice how quickly your body tightens. The jaw holds, the chest braces, the stomach grips as if it must be ready for impact. And I want you to hear this gently. That does not mean you are doing life wrong. It means you have been strong for a long time. It means you have learned to prepare for what might go wrong, because somewhere along the way, your system decided that being prepared was safer than being open. And you see, there is compassion for that. There is deep compassion for the part of you that wakes up and immediately stands guard. That part has helped you. That part has carried you. That part has protected you in ways you may not even remember. And now, we are not here to fight that part. We are here to soften it. We are here to let it rest. Because the way you begin is not a small thing. It is the first instruction you give your mind. If you begin with pressure, the mind learns pressure is the language of the day. If you begin with self-judgment, the mind learns that love is conditional. If you begin with rushing, the mind learns that peace must be earned. So we begin differently, not by forcing calm, but by choosing a new inner starting place. Not a perfect morning, not a flawless routine, a beginning that feels like you. And I know this to be true. When you change the way you meet the first moments, you change what becomes possible later. The world may not become quiet, but you can. The day may still ask things of you, but you do not have to abandon yourself to answer. There is something tender I want to say, and I want it to land in the deepest place in you. You are allowed to start the day gently. You are allowed to take your time inside, even if the clock keeps moving outside. You are allowed to feel your feelings without letting them drive the whole day. And if you have been telling yourself, I don't have time for peace, listen closely. Peace is not another task. Peace is the way you do the tasks. Peace is the inner climate you create, so that even when the day gets crowded, you still have room to breathe. Now, let's do something together, not big, not dramatic, small enough to be real. Bring your attention to your body, not to judge it, not to fix it, just to notice it. Notice where you are holding yourself. Notice your shoulders. Are they lifted, as if they have been carrying tomorrow already? Notice your jaw. Is it clenched around words you haven't even spoken yet? Notice your belly. Is it pulled tight, as if it must protect you from life? And if you feel tension, don't make it wrong. Simply recognize it as information. Your body is telling you the truth about your inner morning. Now, let your breath become a little slower, not forced, just a little slower. And as you breathe, Imagine you are greeting yourself the way you would greet someone you love, with tenderness, with patience, with the feeling of, I'm here with you. Because you see, many of us wake up and immediately leave ourselves. We leave ourselves to check the world. We leave ourselves to check the problems. We leave ourselves to prepare for disappointment, and the universe, in its quiet way, keeps trying to bring you back, not through noise, through that moment when you pause and realize, I can't keep doing mornings like this, through the fatigue that whispers, there must be another way, through the strange little longing you feel for a softer life. That longing is not weakness, it is guidance. It is the part of you that remembers what you deserve. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine your inner world is like a home, and every morning, before anyone else arrives, before the day knocks on the door, you get to set the temperature inside. Some people wake up and turn the inner temperature to cold. They do it with criticism. They do it with worry. They do it with, I'm already behind. And then they wonder why the day feels harsh. But you can choose warmth, not because nothing difficult exists, but because warmth is how you meet difficulty without freezing your heart. So right now, you are choosing the inner temperature. You are choosing the emotional atmosphere. And you do not have to wait for the outside world to give you permission. Peace that stays with you isn't created by a perfect schedule. It's created by a different relationship with your thoughts. And this is only a thought. And a thought can be changed. Notice what your mind says in the first few minutes. It may say, here we go again. It may say, I can't handle today. It may say, something is going to go wrong. It may say, I should be further along by now. And if those thoughts are there, I want you to be very kind. You are not bad for thinking them. You are trained. You learned to think that way because it once felt necessary. And now, we are teaching the mind something new, not by arguing, not by wrestling, by offering a new sentence that the mind can rest in. Now we choose a new inner starting place, gently, one sentence at a time. Say it quietly inside yourself, as if you are speaking to a dear friend. I begin this day from the inside. Let that sentence settle. I begin this day from the inside. It means you meet yourself before you meet the world. It means your inner life matters. It means you do not disappear. Now, another sentence. My pace belongs to me. And feel what that does in you. My pace belongs to me. That does not mean you won't do what needs to be done. It means you won't punish yourself while you do it. Now, another. I can move through this day without bracing for it. And notice what happens when you stop bracing. You may not believe it completely yet. That is all right. You are planting something. Now, I want to speak to the part of you that is tired. There is a part of you that has been standing guard for a long time, and it is tired. It is tired of scanning for danger. It is tired of expecting the worst. It is tired of being the one who holds everything together. And you see, that part may have learned very early that it had to be strong. Maybe you grew up around unpredictability. Maybe you grew up around criticism. Maybe you grew up around silence that felt unsafe. Maybe you were praised for being easy and capable, and you learned to hide what you needed. And now your nervous system thinks morning is the time to prepare for survival. But your life, right now, is asking for something different. Not more control, more kindness, more steadiness, more trust in your own ability to respond. Because the truth is, you have responded to so much already. You have made it through days you didn't think you could make it through. You have carried grief and still smiled at someone. You have shown up when you wanted to disappear. You have been brave in quiet ways no one applauded. And the universe has been watching that. Not judging, witnessing, adjusting things quietly around you, opening small spaces of relief, sending help in ordinary forms, a kind text at the right time, a delay that kept you from something you weren't meant to step into, a change of plan that saved your energy. You may not have called it spiritual, but it was. You were being tended to. Now, let's talk about what happens after the morning. Because life is not a silent room. Life is movement. Life is people. Life is surprises. So how do you keep this peace when the day interrupts you? You keep it by remembering one thing. You do not need a perfect day to have a peaceful inner life. Peace is not fragile when it is rooted in self-respect. So I want you to create a simple reset you can use anytime, anywhere. Not a long ritual, a small returning. First, not ice the body. Second, soften one place. Third, choose one thought that supports you. That is enough. You can do that in a hallway. You can do that in a car. You can do that in a meeting while someone else is speaking. You can do that while washing dishes. And each time you do it, you are training your system to trust you. You are becoming someone your own nervous system can relax with. Now, I want to offer you a small picture. Imagine your day is a room you are furnishing from the inside out. Most people let the day rush in and throw furniture everywhere. Other people's opinions become the heavy table in the middle. Old fears become the broken chair you keep stepping around. Rushing becomes the clutter on every surface. And you wonder why you can't rest. But you, today, are furnishing deliberately. You choose what gets to live in your mind. You choose what gets to take up space in your heart. You choose what you feed with attention. And if something enters that does not belong, you can move it. Not with anger, with authority, quiet authority, because you are the keeper of your inner home. Now, there is another thing we must address. Many mornings you may still be carrying yesterday in your shoulders without realizing it. Yesterday's conversation, yesterday's disappointment, yesterday's tension you swallowed, yesterday's moment where you felt unseen. and you wake up with it still in you, like a message the body didn't finish reading. So let's help the body release it. Bring your awareness to your shoulders again, and as you exhale, let them drop even a little. Let your jaw unclench, let your tongue rest, let your eyes soften, and say to yourself quietly, yesterday has ended. That does not mean yesterday didn't matter. It means it does not have to define today. You are not required to drag yesterday through every doorway. Now, let's speak about the mind again. The mind may say, but what if something happens? And that is a very human thought. So we answer it with wisdom. We do not say, nothing will happen. We say, if something happens, I can meet it. And that is strength. That is real strength. Because strength is not constant tension. Strength is trust in your capacity to respond. Now, I want to guide you into a deeper kind of peace. Not the peace that comes from everything going your way. The peace that comes from being on your own side. This is what changes everything. Because when you are on your own side, even the hard moments become workable. Even mistakes become teachable. Even delays become spacious. Even endings become beginnings in disguise. And the universe, again, is not random in this. It has been guiding you through your specific season. It has been speaking to you through what did not fit, through what fell apart, through what you outgrew, through what stopped satisfying you, and you may have taken that as failure. But sometimes the universe removes what you have been tolerating so you can meet what you actually deserve. Now, this part is important. Peace that lasts through. The day requires boundaries, not harsh walls. Boundaries that come from self-care. So I want you to think about one thing you tend to do in the morning that steals your peace. Maybe it is reading messages too early. Maybe it is checking the news before your heart is awake. Maybe it is replaying a conversation before you even get out of bed. Maybe it is rushing yourself with harsh words. And I want you to choose one gentle shift, one, not 10, one. Because change that lasts is kind. Change that lasts is realistic. So perhaps today you wait 10 minutes before taking in the world. Perhaps today you drink water before you drink stress. Perhaps today you sit up and breathe before you scroll. Perhaps today you speak to yourself like someone you love. And if you forget, if you fall back into old habits, do not punish yourself. Simply return. The point of power is always in the present moment. Now, let's create a morning statement you can carry like a quiet companion. Not a list, not a chant. One strong sentence. One sentence that sets your inner climate. Say it slowly inside. I meet this day with a steady heart. Let that touch you. I meet this day with a steady heart. You may notice your mind wants to argue. That's all right. The mind has practiced arguing for years. You are practicing something new. Now, let's bring this into real life. imagine the day begins to move. You receive a message that feels sharp. Someone is late. A plan changes. A child needs something. A colleague misunderstands you. And you feel the familiar tightening. Here is your moment. You do not have to react from the old place. You can pause. You can soften. You can choose. You can say inside, my pace belongs to me. You can say, I begin this moment from the inside. You can release one breath and feel your feet. And you may discover the situation does not control you as easily as it used to. That is freedom. And freedom is often quiet. Now, I want to talk about the deeper reason this matters. When you wake up and choose peace, you are not only helping yourself, you are helping everyone you touch. Because your energy enters rooms before your words do. Your presence teaches people what is possible. When you are grounded, you become a safe place. Not because you rescue others, because you stop transmitting tension, you stop spreading urgency, you stop passing pain forward unconsciously. You become a blessing without trying. And the universe loves that. The universe responds to inner alignment the way a mirror responds to light. Not instantly, not magically, not as a guarantee, but steadily, over time. Life begins to reflect the steadiness you practice. You notice different options. You hear yourself before you betray yourself. You choose differently. You speak more clearly. You say no sooner. You say yes with more truth, and peace grows. Now, a tender truth. If peace feels unfamiliar, it may feel unsafe at first. Some people have lived so long in tension that calm feels like something is missing. So if you sit here and feel uneasy in the quiet, do not judge that. That is simply your system learning, something new. You are teaching your body that it is safe to be here, safe to be present, safe to not anticipate disaster. This is a re-education. This is a healing, and you deserve good things. You deserve a mind that does not attack you at sunrise. You deserve mornings that do not feel like emotional warfare. You deserve to begin without dread. Now, I want you to imagine the universe speaking directly to you today, not through thunder, through something subtle. Through the quiet feeling that brought you here, through the small pause you just took, through the softening in your shoulders, through the recognition that you can choose a different beginning. And what the universe is saying is this: you do not have to enter today the way you entered yesterday. You are allowed to rewrite the first page. You are allowed to start again without punishment. You are allowed to be gentle and still be powerful. Now, let's anchor this in something very practical. Before you leave this moment, choose one simple act that tells your mind, I am cared for. It could be making your bed with tenderness. It could be opening a window and letting air touch your face. It could be washing your hands slowly and feeling the water. It could be standing in the kitchen and breathing before you speak. It could be placing a hand on your heart for 3 breaths. Simple acts become signals. Signals become new patterns. New patterns become a new life. And I know this to be true. Life changes in small, faithful ways, not only in dramatic moments. Now, let's return to that one sentence again, not as repetition, but as an installation. Let it sink into you as a choice. I meet this day with a steady heart, and now let the day come. Let it come with its movement. Let it come with its surprises. Let it come with its tasks. You do not need to fear it, because you are not meeting it from emptiness. You are meeting it from within. Today, you do not have to prove anything to deserve a gentle day. Carry that with you and let the rest unfold.